Okay, welcome back. And now I'm going to come back over here to this curve. Like I said, you want this curve to be very precise because it's going to be following along the path given over here. So I'm going to pull up my panels, and let's see. There we go. As you can see, they're one panel at a time, and I want these panels to follow along this path. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce animating along the motion path. I'm going to select the first panel. I'm going to do the bottom first because it'll be easier. Well, actually, no, I'll do the top. I'll do the top first because it's easier to animate because basically I need to get this panel to the back here. So here I've kind of shown you. So like, okay, I need to know how far over to go. So if I start from the bottom and I start animating along the path, I'll get it about right here and I won't know where the bottom of this is. So I'll start here, the top one, and then I'll kind of come back this way down here. Alright, so I'll select the panel first, and then I'll select the curve, and I'll go to Animate, Motion Path, Attach to Motion Path. Alright, so it's going to do this, and this is normal, so don't freak out. Over here you'll find the motion path 9. Yours might be 1, but I got these attributes over here in the channel box. The one I want to be focusing on is the U value and the front and up twist. The U value, basically, when I added this to a motion path, if I move my time slider, you'll notice that it's animating along the path. So it's entirely based upon how big my time slider was. So if I had 200 frames, it's going to animate that over 200 frames. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to select this U value here, and I'm going to right click and I'm going to break the connection, which basically just deletes my animation. So now I can just scroll back and forth and nothing happens. But now I can animate it how I want to. So I'm going to come back and look at the front twist because I need to orient it right. So I'm going to hold down, select the front twist here, hold down Control, and use the middle mouse button, and I'll get like a nice precision thing. So I can kind of like rotate this, and I just kind of move it left and right. So it looks like it's going to be roughly 90 degrees to be perpendicular to the line. So I'm just going to type 90. Now if I just have to guess, I would guess another 90 degrees here to make it flat. So as you can kind of see here, it's pretty straight. But note that this is the top part of the frame. So what I need to do is I need to select my U value, and I need to place it on the motion path to where it was in the exact position I just moved it. Well, maybe not exact, but pretty close. So I'm going to select the U value here, and I'm going to hold down the Control, and I'm going to shift it upward. Now if you'll notice, if I keep going up, this number will only approach 1, and this number will only approach 0. So it's very, very finicky as opposed to the front twist before. So you kind of have to be a little bit careful, and you'll have to get in and type in some random numbers to well, not really random, but you'll have to type in some numbers to get the precision you want. So like if I select this panel here and this panel here, do they intersect? In my case is yes, they do intersect. So I need to click that, click motion path, and see where it's at. It's roughly at 0.39 on mine. So I'm going to type 0.4, and you'll notice how big of a jump that is. So now I was like, okay, I'll put the 0.39 back in there, but this time I'll add like another number, like 0.392. Alright, it's a little bit higher. Alright, that's probably good. And you'll notice that the panel's kind of shifted over to the right. That's just because it's trying to line itself with the pivot points. So if you'll see, the pivot point is actually on the line of the motion. So it's kind of off in general on all these panels. So I'm actually perfectly comfortable with shifting all the panels over just a little bit. But alright, I got that on the line. So I'm pretty comfortable with that. So now I need to do that for each one of the panels. and to kind of get the motion paths correct. So once again, I'm going to select this panel, select the curve, animate motion path attached to motion path. Then I'm going to select the U value, right click, break connections, twist it by 90 degrees and 90 degrees, and then move this up until it gets on the path where I want it. Actually, that's really good. And I'm just going to keep doing that until I get all of them along the same paths. Now, the reason why I want to do this is because I'm going to show you what a set-driven key is. And what a set-driven key is basically it takes two completely unrelated things and gives them a relation. It's similar to like an expression, but it's a little bit more like with an expression I can take two attributes and make them equal to one another, but with a set-driven key I can actually like take two insanely random things, like, okay, I'm going to have this thing change the color of this curve, or actually no, have the curve change the color of this panel just by moving it up and down. That's crazy. You can't do that in an expression. So let me just kind of finish this up. I think that's a 0.238, and you can just skip ahead if you don't want to watch me just sit here and do all of this. So I'll just motion path, attach motion path, break the connection, twist it, and move this up. Now, if you kind of notice, I'll do it on the next panel, but you'll notice that if you continue the U value upward, what will happen is that it rotates weird around this curve here. Now that's normal because when you're setting to the motion path, basically what it does is it creates what's called a vector, and it points it in a direction that it thinks the curve is going. So everything that is along the curve actually thinks that so if you kind of pretend like there's a big huge arrow that's pointing going to the right of this curve, it thinks that all the panels need to be facing that direction. So it's going to try and make that go that way. And what we want to do is we want to change the vector to where it's facing towards this way, which is, I guess, the x-axis. So we want it facing towards the x-axis there. So almost done. I got like 2 panels left. So animate motion path, attach to motion path. I'm going to keep continuing doing this, and I'm just going to go ahead and end the video right now and start so I can begin to upload and stuff like that. So you can just go ahead and skip to the next one, not have to sit here and watch me. Alright, I'll see you in a minute.